Alright, I am back and I just barely caught that raid from Dan. Welcome on in. Raiders, how are you all doing? What were you streaming? Was there a shout out? There was a shout out for me. Thank you for shouting me out. Sonic and the Secret Rings. Alright, I got the chat over here. Let me move it over this way, and my mouse is acting up because I have yet to buy a new one. I have the money for a new one, I just need to buy me a new one. I'm gonna do that next time I go shopping on Amazon. I'm gonna buy me a new mouse and keyboard because I want to start playing mouse and keyboard, but my mouse and keyboard are not that good. Alrighty. Okay, so anyways, welcome on in, Raiders. Sorry you caught me while I was BRBing. My name is Epic. I am a variety streamer. We just got finished streaming some Final Doom TNT Evolution. We only have 4 maps left of that game to go, so when I stream it on Halloween, I will be completing it. But for right now, we are going to be doing a Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Card opening. So this is going to be fun. I mentioned this in the stream last time earlier. This is a Sword and Shield Rebel Clash. And again, I brought this up in the stream. I must have bought this during the height of the pandemic because for a booster pack being $3.99, that's insane. When I could buy like card lots of 50 plus cards for like $5-6 now. And then of course I got this like a long time ago. Evidently it was a new low price, but I don't know what it was. It may have been like, I don't know, like $2 or whatever. I've had this one for a long time and I've just never opened it, so we're gonna do that right now. Welcome on in, Raiders. Hey Lee, how are you doing? You love some card openings? Well, we're gonna be doing 2 card openings. And let me open up my chat on my phone because that's why I was having a hard time keeping up. All right, so let me make sure everything's okay. Everything's fine. Everything looks good. Okay, so I'm gonna do the Pokemon one first because I'm just dying to see what some Sword and Shield Pokemon look like. This is the newest gen until a week from now. Okay, so I got the price tag off because that was scary, spending $3.99 for a card pack. I don't know how much they are now. Doing good, taking a nice chill day to relax. That is awesome. I'm gonna do some relaxing myself after this. I'm gonna cook me some spaghetti for dinner and then I don't know, probably just watch some streams or just watch some YouTube or whatever. We'll see what's on the pipeline for me. And some of these card packs are really hard to open for me, actually. Hold on. I don't want to get the scissors, but I don't want to bend the cards either. I almost bent the last pack that I tried to open because I couldn't open these. Wow, they make these really tight. Well, let me read this first. Galarian Pokemon are ready to. I'm reading the back here. I'm gonna have to get some scissors. I don't want to bend these cards. Rock out with new Pokemon. Crank it loud and blast the beat. You'll find rebellion, chaos, and punk attitude galore in the Pokemon TCG Sword and Shield Rebel Clash expansion, loaded with Pokemon V, including Toxtricity V, Dubwool V, Boldon V, Sandaconda V, and more. You'll also find a handful of Pokemon VMAX, including the final evolutions of all 3 first partners, plus Copperjaw VMAX and Dragapult VMAX. Take to the stage and the streets with the Sword and Shield Rebel Clash expansion. As someone who's only played Gen 1 and Gen 2, I have no idea what half of that said. Hey, Smiley, welcome on in. I hope you are doing well. Yes, Pokemon cards, and I'm gonna bend these. I am gonna be right back. I'm gonna get me a... Hold on, do I have scissors here? I don't want to bend these, and I am having a hard time opening these. I do not have scissors here. I'm going to have to fix that. I'll be right back, guys. Hold on. Alrighty, I can get the mayonnaise jar open if I need to, but I can't get Pokemon cards open. So here we go. There we go. I don't have the wrist strength I thought I had. Alright, these are right side up, so I'm going to flip them upside down. Ironically, I used to own that same chair. Is that the one from IKEA? That is the one from IKEA, and I am proud of myself because I built it with instructions that were missing a page. I don't know how that happened. All right, so cards are coming out, and there's a thing at the top. I've always read online that people smell the card packs when they open them, and I never really understood that. All right, so this green thing is it's the online booster pack. You know, I have this other one right here too. I might post them online on the Discord, so if anyone wants these cards in their online trading card game, I'll go ahead and post them on there. Alrighty, so this is a card pack of 10 cards from the Sword and Shield Rebel Clash. So my first card it's going to be an energy card, right? Nope, it's a trainer card. It's called Cursed Shovel. Cursed Shovel is, I need bifocals now. Pokemon Tool. Attach a Pokemon Tool to one of your Pokemon that doesn't already have a Pokemon Tool attached. If the Pokemon this card is attached to is knocked out by damage from an opponent's attack, discard the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck. Oh, so just straight up knock his deck over. Let's do that. You may play any number of item cards during your turn. Alright, so cool. I got Cursed Shovel. Oh man, my desk is a mess. Let me put the cards right here. Alright, next card is a Hatchrim? A Hatchrim? Hatchrim, okay, he's evolved from Hatina. He has 80 HP, and he's number 857 on the Pokedex. Calm Mind, heals 30 damage from this Pokemon, and Brutal Swing. Flip a coin, if heads, this attack does 30 more damage. Okay. No matter who you are, if you bring strong emotions near this Pokemon, it will silence you violently. Oh, that's pleasant. So don't come crying to this Pokemon, because he's just gonna silence you. Kind of cute. Kind of like that. All right. Next card is a Lombre. Lombre. I like that name. He is number 271. So he's definitely not in Pokemon Silver and Gold. I'm assuming he's in Pokemon Sapphire. He has an ability, top entry. Once during your turn, if you drew this Pokemon from your deck at the beginning of your turn and your bench isn't full, before you put it into your hand, you may put it onto your bench. Okay. If I played the game, I would know exactly what that means. Fury Swipes. Flip 3 coins. This attack does 40 damage for each heads. That sounds really powerful. It is nocturnal and becomes active at nightfall. It feeds on aquatic mosses that grow in the riverbed. So, Lombre, he's the evolved form of Lotad. So he's like a lily pad Pokemon, I guess. It looks like it's a lily pad of some kind. Alright. Cool. Alright, next card is... I'm just waiting for an energy card. I got an energy card. Alright. I was waiting for an energy card to show up. I definitely don't have a lot of energy cards. I had like a bunch from that one pack, and that was it. Alright, so next card is... Oh, I like this one. Mandibuzz. I like the look of this card. I like how it's all dark and everything, because he's a dark type Pokemon. I like that. He is number 630, so he's probably from X and Y. He's evolved from Volibee. Bone Rush. Flip a coin until you get tails. This attack does 30 damage for each heads. Oh, so if you just have like a loaded coin, you can win with this card. Blindside. This attack does 100 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon that has any damage counters on it. Don't apply weakness and resistance for benched Pokemon. Wow, this guy's actually really strong. Like, I've never played the Pokemon card game, but I can tell just by reading this guy is really strong. Like, Bone Rush, you can do 30 damage for each heads that you flip, and he only requires 1 Dark Energy to use. And Blindside requires only 2, but it does 100 damage to one of your Pokemon that has damage counters on it. I'm assuming damage counter is he's hurt. This guy's OP. Although it's a bit of a ruffian, the Pokemon will take lost Volibee under its wing and care for them until they're ready to leave the nest. This guy's OP. Add him to your deck if you have him. Wow, that is really good. Like, I've never played Pokemon, and I know just by reading that sounds like a really good Pokemon to have. These new cards are so strong compared to when they first came out. It seems like it. I mean, when you have 900 plus Pokemon, how do you balance it at this point? Like back when the first Pokemon game came out, it wasn't hard to balance all Pokemon in that game. I mean, obviously there was Magikarp, but if you worked on him, then you got yourself a good Gyarados as a result because of it. But like the Pokemon were very well balanced in that game. I would think that now, because there's over 900 Pokemon, it's hard to balance it. That there's probably just some that are outright outrageous. So, and I'm sure that would hold true for the Pokemon cards as well. Oh man, since Generation 9's coming out, do they have new Pokemon cards coming out for those guys already? Ooh, I want to try and collect some of those. Alright, next card is Lampent. Oh, is this a holographic? This is a holographic. Ooh, this is a nice one too. I can't really show it on the... I mean, you can kind of see the little fire symbols on the card. I'm a sucker for holographic cards. I put them in their own sleeves by themselves, even if they're not worth anything, because I just collect. That's all I do. Alright, so Lampent, he also has an ability. Once during your turn, if you drew this Pokemon from your deck at the beginning of your turn and your bench isn't full, it's kind of the same as the other one. You can put it on your bench. Reignite. Attach a fire energy card from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon. So, there you go. I guess if you keep using fire energy, then you can just keep bringing them back to this guy. This Pokemon appears just before someone passes away, so it's feared as an emissary of death. Oh, so this is the Grim Reaper. Got it. This is the Grim Reaper Pokemon. I'm going to put you aside because I'm going to put you in your own little sleeve. Alright, next Pokemon, or next card is... a Meditite. He kind of looks familiar. 307, so he's Ruby and Sapphire. I feel like I'm familiar with a lot of Ruby and Sapphire Pokemon, even though I've never played it. Probably because of Pokemon Go. Yoga Shocked. It does 10 damage. Flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. Oh wow, so it can just straight up paralyze you. Basic Pokemon, that's all he does. It eats just one berry a day. By enduring hunger, its spirit is tempered and made sharper. Basic Pokemon, he's probably the first guy you would play in a game, I'm assuming. Alright, next card is an energy card, right? No, it's a Roly-Poly? Roly-Coly. Another basic looking Pokemon. He does ram for 10 damage, that's it. That's all he does. Most of its body has the same composition as coal. Fittingly, this Pokemon was first discovered in coal mines about 400 years ago. So if it's 400 years ago, how come he was only just recently added to the Pokedex? That's what I want to know. He was discovered 400 years ago, but we just added him to the Pokedex yesterday because we didn't think it was a Pokemon. I mean, he probably said Roly-Coly, but whatever. Professor... Ash. I don't know. I'm thinking of trees that haven't been used yet for professor names. Alright. Next card is... ooh, a Growlithe. I love Growlithe. I love my Growliths. This is my third or fourth Growlithe now. But he looks different from all the other ones that I've gotten. So he's a 2020 Pokemon card. Odor Sleuth. Flip a coin. If heads, put a card from your discard pile into your hand. Okay, so he can revive dead Pokemon. And Fire Claws. You need 3 energy to do 60 damage. It has a brave and trustworthy nature. It fearlessly stands up to bigger and stronger foes. Cool. That's a pretty good Growlithe. Alright, I have 2 cards left. So here we go. Next card is... oh, I got the Lotad, so I have the first, the basic form of the Lombre, so that set's completed. Mini Drain. Heal 10 damage from this Pokemon. Oh, so it's Drain. Got it. And he does ram for 20 damage. Alright. Also, that light's kind of blinding. Sorry. There you go. It's a Lotad. It searches about for clean water. If it does not drink water for too long, the leaf on its head wilts. Aww. So you just need to keep him by water. That's kind of cute. So don't put him anywhere near a volcano. Although if I were to play through Sapphire and he becomes one of my main Pokemon, I'm sure there's going to be a fire area and I'm just going to throw him out there like, hey, you're good. Let's go. Alright, so my last card from this pack is... I hope it's a good one. It's a stuff... oh, wait, do I have like a lot of these Stuffles? I remember I got like 3 of the same card in my last pack, and I think it was a Stuffle. I might be wrong. I mean, this one looks different from the other ones, but still. Tackle for 10 and jump on for 40. Flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 40 more damage. Okay, so that's pretty powerful. Its fluffy fur is a delight to pet, but carelessly reaching out to touch this Pokemon could result in painful retaliation. Okay, so don't touch it. Alright, so I got some good cards, and I got the Lotad Lombre set completed already, unless Lombre evolves into something else. Oh, I almost dropped him. So, there you go, Lotad Lombre. If there's a third evolution, or a second evolution, then I don't have them. Alright, so I'm going to set these guys aside, because that's all the Pokemon cards from this pack. I'm going to put them over... I'm going to put them in here, because I have the other ones still need to add to my Discord. And the one in the... Actually, you know what? Let me go ahead and do it because I'm going to forget. So I usually have these sleeves and I put... He turns into Ludicolo for his third form. Got it. So I don't have Ludicolo. So technically the set's not complete yet. Alright, so I am putting my Grim Reaper into a little sleeve. I put all my holographics into sleeves and I put them in the binder. I'm gonna move all those Pokemon cards to my new Pokemon binder that I ordered. So, but they all go in their own little sleeves because I think holographics just look cool, no matter how valuable they are. All right, so now we're moving on to Yu-Gi-Oh, one that I know less about than Pokemon, and I know very little about Pokemon, but I'm learning. All right, so hopefully this is easier to open. Oh yeah, this is much easier. Well, at least the box is easier to open. Oh, I should have read the box first. Hold on. Code of the Duelist introduces the first new deck strategies where the position of your cards matters. Position of your cards matters just as much as which cards you play. Thanks to brand new Link monsters, a Link monster is a new kind of monster with the ability to increase the number of monsters you can summon from your extra deck. In addition to the one extra monster zone you can usually use, you can also summon monsters from the extra deck to any of your main monster zones. That has a Link monster's red Link arrow pointing to it. And then like right below it is the barcode, so yeah. Anyways. Alright, so I open this and I take the pack out. Please tell me that you're easier to open. Do you say 9 cards in every pack? Oh, this has one of those strips. Those little like barcode, not barcode strips, but like the little alarm strips if you were to steal the card packs. Because, you know, theft is bad. Now there's, oh, here we go. Oh no, set contests are subject to change. Just basically legalese and things like that. All right. Oh no, this one opens. So the Pokemon card pack was just stubborn. Should I smell this? Oh, that has a smell to it. Wow. And thankfully the cards are upside down, but alright. More Yu-Gi-Oh cards. This is a pack of 9. So the first one was a pack of 10 and this one's a pack of 9. I know even less about Yu-Gi-Oh, but it's cool to make new discoveries, right? Alright, first card from the Yu-Gi-Oh deck is... And it's also harder to read too. Crowned by the World Chalice. Now, I've actually played Yu-Gi-Oh, so I know a little bit more about it. Like, it's a 2-star monster, so you can summon him, like, right at the start of the game. Spellcaster, normal. With her magical staff, she can channel the living heart of her world to shield her people from the mech knights that have overrun it. 0 attack and 2100 defense, so you straight up just play this in defensive position. It's a first edition card, too. I actually don't know what that means. Alright. Next card is... Blackworm. Oh, Becky with the raid. Thank you so much. How are you doing, Becky? Welcome in, Raiders. Let me give you a shout out right quick, unless Ferris beats me to it. Ha, I win. You were seen playing Resident Evil Village. How is that? Thank you for the follow, Tricker Marty. Much appreciated. How is Resident Evil Village? And for those of you who had just joined in, my name is Epic-Tastic. I was streaming some Final Doom earlier, and now I am doing a Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh card opening. I just completed opening the Yu-Gi-Oh or the Pokemon cards. Got some cool Pokemon cards out of it, and I am now working on Yu-Gi-Oh. I just opened picked up the first card from the pack, and it's Crowned by the World Chalice. How is everyone doing? How was Resident Evil Village? Did you win? Did you lose? Did the werewolves get you? It was the DLC, but I stopped because the next bit is too scary, so I'm saving it for Halloween. Perfect. Perfect. I'm saving the finale of Final Doom TNT Evolution for Halloween too, because that game's not scary, but my performance in these last few levels have been. So I've been struggling with Final Doom, like a lot more than Doom 1 and Doom 2. So just trying just that little edge of your seat moment of whether or not I'm gonna make it to the next area is pretty spooky in and of itself, because this is me we're talking about here. Alright, so my next card is... Oh yeah, it was the Macworm, that's right. I just picked up... Or Hackworm. It's a Hackworm. He's a 1-star effect monster. So, if your opponent controls no monsters, you could special summon this card from your hand, but he only has 400 attacks, so... Depending on how much life points you start with in the game, you know, that 400 could mean quite a bit. And it's also a first edition. Alright, so really sorry to raid and run, but I have a few things to do. Have a great rest of your stream, though. Not a problem, Becky. Thank you for stopping by. Take care of whatever it is you need to do. I will try and entertain your folks. And also, Sonia, thank you for roll out the red carpet. How are you doing, Sonia? Hope you are doing well. I haven't seen y'all streams in quite a while. I need to stop by sometime and hang out. It's been really difficult trying to keep up with everybody. I've been really busy. Alright, next card is... Ooh, this one looks cool. Wait, is it the same one? Beckoned by the World Chalice. No, this one's different. It's Beckoned by the World Chalice, and this one's a 4-star monster. His battle with the Mechastrosities never seemed to end. Even when their forest was invaded by Mechastrosities insects, he stood his ground and inspired the other defenders around him. He does 1800 damage for a 4-star, that's pretty good. He has 1800 attack, but he has 0 defense, so you don't play him in defensive position unless you're trying to stall tactics. There you go. I guess all these cards are going to be first editions. Alright, my next card is... Oh wow, this is an 8-star monster. I can't read that. Ancient Crab Golem, Ultimate Pound. And what does he do? He's an effect monster too. Cannot be special summoned if this card attacks a defensive position monster. Inflict piercing battle damage. Ooh, that is good. Up to twice per turn, when this attacking card destroys a monster by battle, you can discard 1 machine monster. This card can attack again in a row. If this card on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can add 1 polymerization from your deck to your hand. And if you do, add 1 other Ancient Gear monster from your GY to your hand. This guy is really good. But he is an 8-star, which means he requires a double tribute summon, unless the rules have changed. I haven't played Pokemon since, or Yu-Gi-Oh cards since like 2000, 2001. I had it on the Game Boy, and I mean, obviously he wasn't available back then, but this is a really good card. I like that. All right, next card is a ritual summon, and I like that his name kind of lights up. Revendread Slayer. Revendread Slayer. Yeah, he's a ritual, and he's also an effect card. You can ritual summon this card with any Vendread ritual spell. Once per battle, if this card battles an opponent's monster during damage calculation, quick effect, you can banish 1 zombie monster from your GY. This card gains 300 attack. If this ritual summon card is sent to the GY, I'm assuming that's graveyard. You can add 1 ritual spell from your deck to your hand, and if you do, send 1 Vendread monster from your deck to the graveyard. You can only use this effect of Revendread Slayer once per turn. So he starts off with 2400 attack, but you can add 300 per his effect, so that makes him really powerful. Revendread Slayer. Alright, next card is another holographic. Gory the Great Ogre. He doesn't have any stars on him. This one I'm gonna put in the sleeve too. 2+ Goki monsters. All monsters on the field lose attack equal to their original defense. If this card would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can destroy one of your monsters this card points to instead. Okay, I tried to read that properly. Attack is 2600, but he has a Link 3. I am not familiar with what that is. It says it right where the defense would be. It's kind of hard to see. He's a holographic though, so I'm gonna put him in his own little sleeve. That's awesome. All right, next card is Jane, Twilight Sworn General. All right, he's also an effect monster. Once per turn, you can banish one Lightsworn monster from your hand or graveyard, then target one face-up monster on the field. It loses attack and defense equal to the banished monster's level by 300 until the end of this turn. Once per turn, if your other Lightsworn monster's effect is activated, send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard. That doesn't sound very good, honestly. You're losing cards, and I know you can deck out. And with how Yu-Gi-Oh! Is designed, it is much easier to deck out in that game because the games can take quite a while to get through. You're going to be drawing a lot of cards in your deck, so it's very easy to deck out. So a card like that would be suited for a person that hits hard and hits fast because you're going to be decking out really quick if you try to linger. I remember one of my brothers, we used to play Pokemon, or we used to play Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and he would have a card that would do something similar to that. So one of my strategies was to stall him because he would keep putting his deck's cards in the graveyard. And it got to the point where he had almost none left. So I would just leave his, like if he had a monster card there that would do something like that, I wouldn't kill it. I would just let it like sap him. Until he like not tribute summon, but he tribute summon to get rid of him. But if a card like that was on the field, a lot of times I would stall it just to make him waste cards. It's kind of funny. But that's how Yu-Gi-Oh! Is designed. Alright, next card is another, this is a spell card, it's a Boogie Trap. Discard 2 cards, then target 1 trap in your graveyard. Set that target. It can be activated this turn. You can only activate 1 Boogie Trap per turn. Wait, what does it do? Discard 2 cards, then target 1 trap in your graveyard. Set that target. It can be activated this turn. Oh, I get it. So if you had a trap card in your graveyard, like say Mirror Force, or something like that. Would that work? You have to discard 2 cards, and then 1 trap in your graveyard can be set, and it can be activated that turn. How would you use that trap card though? It would. I guess it would depend on the trap card. A Mirror Force would attack any Yu-Gi-Oh monster in the attack position. I remember. I guess you could do that. Or a Trap Hole if there was like 1 Pokemon, just kill that one if it was like in defensive position. Alright, so my last Yu-Gi-Oh card is FA Circuit Grand Prix. This is another spell card. Actually, I just noticed something. Oh, they both have it. Never mind. I was looking at this little symbol at the top right. I was looking online, and some spell cards may not have that symbol. It's a misprint, or it might be really old too. It could be classified as a misprint, and those are very valuable cards if you have a misprint. Increase the levels of all FA monsters on the field by 2 during the battle phase only. Once per turn, when your FA monster destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can draw 1 card. If this face-up card on the field is destroyed by a card effect, you can add 1 FA card from your deck to your hand, except FA Circuit Grand Prix, so you can't revive this 1 card. You can only use this effect of FA Circuit Grand Prix once per turn. And all these cards were first editions. I don't know what that means, but I'm guessing that's... I don't know what that means, honestly. Alright, so that's all the cards. And I have my my holographic that I'm gonna put in its own little sleeve. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that right quick. Put those away so I can add them to my Discord later. And I'm gonna go ahead and put this one in its own little sleeve. So, oop. There we go. You just slide right on in there. Awesome. There you go. Now he's in his own little sleeve, and I'm gonna put those in the binder once I add him to my Discord. And for those of you who just joined, if you would like to join my Discord, here's the link to the Discord. I post updates to when I stream next. I also we also do multiplayer gaming. Like, we're gonna do Halo this next weekend. So the weekend of the 4th, 5th, and 6th. I still haven't set a time yet because I gotta see what works for everybody. But if you're interested in multiplayer gaming like Halo, fighting games like Injustice, Mortal Kombat, or racing games like Mario Kart, we do a lot of that over there. I've been trying to do more multiplayer gaming over in the Discord whenever I have any free time, which means I've been streaming a little bit more sporadically because of that. Mostly because I haven't done enough of it, and also this time of year there's the holidays and there's a lot of birthdays, so my time is kind of stretched thin, and any free time I have I would want to spend more of that doing multiplayer gaming with the people in the Discord. So I've been doing that a lot more, or I've been trying to set that up a lot more. Yeah, if you haven't joined my Discord yet, first of all, what's wrong with you? Unless you're new, then welcome on in and join the Discord. Yeah, my next stream is going to be on Halloween after work. It would be about maybe an hour to 2 hours from like this time right now, because I would still be at work at this time on Monday. So it would usually be around 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. I will continue streaming and completing Final Doom TNT Evolution. That will be for Halloween, and also one of my brother's birthdays that day, so I'm hoping he'll stop by so we can wish him a happy birthday. That'll be on Monday, so look forward to that, and let's see who is online, and we will send a raid over to them. But thank you all so much for stopping by, and for all the people who came in on the raid, for both Dan and Becky, welcome, and thank you all so much for the raid. And we are going to go ahead, before I lose my voice, we're going to go ahead and raid Eckerd. I didn't see what he was streaming. I'm in an ad right now. He's playing some Fire Emblem. I have never played Fire Emblem, but it's a tactical style RPG, which I'm okay with tactics RPGs. Haven't really played too many of them. I played Final Fantasy Tactics, obviously, and the Shining Force 1 and 2, and also Arc the Lad. I enjoyed them, and Front Mission 4. So I played a few, but I've never played any of the Fire Emblem Blades games. So let's go ahead and send a raid over to Eckerd. If you are not following him yet, please give him a follow. He plays a lot of RPGs, so if you're interested in any of that, I play a lot of RPGs. So if you're following me, then you should be giving him a follow as well. So it would only make sense. But like I said, Monday, Halloween, stream Final Doom TNT Evolution. I'm gonna complete it. Oh, that game's been it's been a headache. I really enjoy it, but I've been struggling with it too. So I'll be happy to be done with it. And I'm also almost done with Final Fantasy 2, so I need to add some new games to the lineup too. And I just bought Skyrim recently. That's going to be a massive series because that's my mascot, Bossa Mufasa. So I'm going to definitely start that game up really soon. But otherwise, that's going to do it for me. So take care, everybody, and have yourselves a good one.